Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. And through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and also a short trading lesson at the end, so please stay tuned. Today's video is going to be a stock analysis and a stock update for ticker symbol ABML American Battery Metals. This is a stock that we have featured a few times on this channel, and it's also a stock that long term I think is one of the best stocks to hold. So there have been some developments in the previous week which I'd like to now share with you. In terms of the trading, in the previous week we did see the stock was a little bit flat. Trading on the week it was down just in excess of 5%. However, overall momentum on the previous month it is up in excess of 44%. So I wouldn't worry too much about the previous week where we did have this good news and the stock was kind of trading a little bit sideways. We're going to look at reasons for that and also look at potential for the future. Let's first of all familiarise ourselves with what happened in terms of the announcement. So I'd like to go through this in a bit more detail by sharing an article here from Yahoo Finance dated June the 17th, 2021. And the headline here is Fernley City Council unanimously approved American Battery Metals Corporation's conditional use permit for lithium-ion battery recycling pilot plant. So this was good news. This was excellent news in terms of an outcome. The best thing about this, it was unanimous. It was also broadcast live with lots of investors taking part, and the feedback that I had from some of those investors that it was generally very, very well received. The atmosphere was very good, and the general vibe and feel of the business going forward is that this is certainly going to lead to good things. Okay, so let's have a look at the details of this article. So first of all, in terms of this article, the key thing that I can pick up on the first page here is that this latest endorsement is going to take the company one step closer towards construction. So let's have a look at what else we can find on there. If we look at the second page here, the company have obviously given a conditional use permit for construction. So I think the main catalyst for this stock now in terms of after this approval will be the construction. So we'll have a look at that. This will certainly be the battery recycling pilot plant in terms of what has been stated by Douglas Cole. He's also said that it's going to be an industry game changer, that it was going to bolster also the Fernley economy. It's going to create new jobs. It's going to deliver a sustainable solution to enhance and secure a domestic supply of battery metals. So the city of Fernley are obviously very, very happy with this. They have given unanimous approval. And this battery plant is also going to support a domestic supply of high demand battery metals through the utilization of innovative extraction technologies which American Battery Metals have, setting itself apart from the platform that does not emit air toxins and eliminates water. So in my previous videos I have compared American Battery Metals with other similar lithium businesses, and we can certainly see that American Battery Metals does have a very strong unique selling point in its way that it operates. So please refer back to that for more details of the key strengths of this business. Okay, so the final part of this article also gives us some important information, and that is the business's technology platform does not emit air toxins, as we've said, but in terms of the construction, what I'd like to focus on here in terms of the entire plant, that's going to consist of 3 buildings totaling in excess of 98,000 square feet of floor space, 3 functional building spaces including a production building, an office building, laboratories and also a warehouse. So certainly anybody who's invested in this, I'm presuming you will be investing in this for the long term. I don't really see this as a day trade kind of a stock. It's certainly one that you need to believe in, you need to hold. And we have seen a lot of volatility in this stock in the past. At one point I think it got very, very close to $5. Going forward in terms of the momentum, I certainly see it approaching that within the next year, possibly by the end of this year again. What I would also like to now focus on is many of the critics of this stock. There are one of the biggest arguments that the critics say about American Battery Metals is that it does not have any revenue. It's a high-risk business, and I think what I would like to share with some of those people is yes, certainly that is true. It does not have revenue. However, as investors, it's not something we're unaware of. We do know that there are many businesses trading on the NASDAQ, trading on stock markets that do not have revenue, and also trading at much higher price. So if we look at QuantumScape, QS, I'm sure everybody's aware of how high the price went for that. They do not have any revenue right now as well. It's a similar situation with many other stocks as well. So we can look at CCIV, Churchill Capital, and Lucas Motors. That one is trading around the $24–25 mark. They don't have any revenue, and long term, I think the potential for American Battery Metals is probably better for a long term. So there's more scope for growth here long term, certainly than a business like CCIV, which I am also bullish about. However, that's also a business with no revenue. So just because they have no revenue is not necessarily a reason not to invest. What I'd like to now look at is some of the investors have certainly looked at this stock and kind of queried why the share price is not going up much more than we may have expected to. So what I would like to now share with you is a report which is showing the amount of short volume in this stock, which is actually quite phenomenal. So if we just look at, let's say, the top 3 dates here, I'll summarize them for you. So the percentage of volume shorted for American Battery Metals, 14th of June was 45%, 15th of June 46%, and this is the interesting one, 16th of June it was in excess of 57%. So the short volume is certainly increasing. It's huge, and that is something that will drive the price down, and it will limit the growth. We have certainly seen in the past the report from Spruce Management, which tried to provide a very strong critique of this stock, and that did drive the price down. However, I think long term it's going to be very difficult to keep the momentum down from American Battery Metals. So as a long-term investor, certainly not worried. One final thing I'd like to do now is give a shout out to Dennis Greenfield, who shared his thoughts here with regard to the stock and the permit approval, and also the price momentum. So what he said here, which I think I do agree with, I've never considered the permit approval as a catalyst. The real catalyst is construction starting. So obviously he's talking about the management's ability to manage expectations. The formal announcement today on the day of the construction was basically one step closer to construction. So again, that will be the real catalyst going forward. Once we get that construction, we'll be one step closer to revenue, and then I think we will certainly be very close to double digits. It's now time for lesson of the day, and what I'd like to do is today is focus on improving your strategy. So what I'd like to do now is share a quotation here from the legendary Warren Buffett, and his statement here is, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." So in terms of how we can link this with investing into shares, where in terms of when people are fearful, what happens there is when a stock you believe in, stock you have faith in, is going down, many people will sell in the belief that you know, the stock is going to nosedive, they're not going to get the money back. And that is actually the time when people are being fearful. That is also the best time to invest. So when others are selling, the prices of a stock is crashing. Statistics will always show the people who are making the most money on the market is when people are selling, especially when in times of a crash, especially in times of a correction. That's where you make the most profits, but the people who are fearful will be selling. So we've certainly seen that happen in the period 2021 from February to May, where many of the stocks in terms of clean energy, EV, etc. did nosedive, and then I think in the last 2 to 3 weeks we have been seeing some very positive momentum back. So it's also said, be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy. So sometimes when other people are greedy, what the suggestion there is, Sometimes, the way I read that is when people are buying and the stock is rising, take profits, possibly cash out, because the charts, the momentum, generally when a stock rises too fast, it generally can come down, the momentum come down. We've seen that with many stocks such as EHang, we've seen that with Recon, where the stocks can go up and then very, very suddenly just come down. So I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.